When we talk about genius, one name almost always comes to mind: Albert Einstein. In fact, in everyday conversations, whenever we meet someone who is exceptionally smart, we often say "hes like Einstein." But why Einstein specifically? Why has his name become the universal symbol of intelligence, while there were and still are many other scientists with even higher IQ scores? Was Einstein truly the smartest man who ever lived, or is there more behind his story? In this video, we will dive deep into Einstein's life, his mind and his legacy to uncover why he became the ultimate icon of genius. Albert Einstein was born on March 14, 1879, in the German city of Ulm, into a middle-class Jewish family. His father, Hermann Einstein, was an engineer and businessman who ran a small electrical company, while his mother, Pauline, was passionate about music and encouraged Albert to play the violin. Einstein's early childhood was not extraordinary in the traditional sense. In fact, he didn't speak fluently until around the age of 4, which worried his parents. Some even thought he might struggle academically. Yet from an early age, he showed deep curiosity about the mysteries of nature. At age 5, his father gave him a compass, and Albert was fascinated by the invisible force that made the needle always point north. This small event planted in him the idea that unseen laws govern the universe, an idea that would later shape his groundbreaking theories. Einstein attended Catholic elementary school and later a rigorous German secondary school. The system emphasized strict discipline, memorization, and obedience. Albert, however, disliked this approach. He preferred independent thought, asking questions and solving problems creatively. Teachers often misunderstood him, labeling him as lazy or even troublesome. One teacher reportedly told him, "You will never amount to anything." Despite this, by age 12, Einstein had already developed a love for mathematics and science. He taught himself geometry and algebra, and read advanced scientific books far beyond his grade level. A family friend, Max Talmud, introduced him to works of philosophy and science, further inspiring his young mind. At 16, Einstein attempted to enter the Swiss Federal Polytechnic School in Zurich. Surprisingly, he failed his first entrance exam. He excelled in math and physics, but did poorly in language and other areas. Instead of giving up, he studied diligently, passed the exam the following year, and was admitted. He graduated in 1900, but couldn't find a teaching job. While many classmates secured academic positions, Albert struggled for 2 years. Finally, through the help of a friend's father, he landed a job at the Swiss Patent Office in Bern in 1902. This job turned out to be a blessing in disguise. Reviewing patents honed his analytical skills and gave him time to think about physics. It was during these years that Einstein developed the revolutionary ideas that would forever change science. In 1905, at the age of 26, while still working at the patent office, Einstein published 4 groundbreaking papers in the Annalen der Physik journal. This year is known as his Annus Mirabilis, his miracle year, the photoelectric effect. He explained how light could act like particles, later called photons, instead of just waves. This paper laid the foundation of quantum theory and later earned him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1921, Brownian motion. He provided mathematical proof for the existence of atoms by explaining the random motion of particles in a fluid's special relativity. He introduced the concept that space and time are not absolute, but relative, depending on the observer. This led to the famous equation E equals mc squared, which showed that mass and energy are interchangeable mass-energy equivalents. He redefined our understanding of matter and energy, a principle that would eventually lead to nuclear power and atomic research. These papers revolutionized physics and established Einstein as a rising star in the scientific community. Einstein didn't stop there. For the next decade, he worked on extending his ideas. In 1915, he presented the general theory of relativity, a new understanding of gravity. Instead of describing gravity as a force, as Isaac Newton did, Einstein proposed that gravity is the warping of space and time caused by massive objects. This idea was so radical that many scientists doubted it. But in 1919, during a solar eclipse, British astronomers Sir Arthur Eddington and Frank Dyson confirmed that starlight bent around the sun exactly as Einstein had predicted. Overnight, Einstein became a global celebrity. Newspapers around the world declared him the new genius who redefined the universe. Einstein's fame made him a symbol of genius, but people were obsessed with his brain even after his death. When he passed away in 1955, his body was supposed to be cremated. However, Dr. Thomas Harvey, the pathologist performing the autopsy, secretly removed Einstein's brain, hoping to uncover the secrets behind his brilliance. Harvey preserved it in jars and conducted studies. Later research showed that Einstein's brain weighed about 12-30 grams, slightly less than the average. However, certain regions, especially those linked to spatial reasoning and mathematical thought, were thicker and more connected. Some scientists believe this contributed to his creativity, though others argue that brain structure alone cannot explain genius. Einstein's IQ is estimated at around 160, a very high score but not the highest in history. Other great minds such as Isaac Newton, IQ 190, chess grandmaster Garry Kasparov, IQ 194, and mathematician Terence Tao, IQ 230, scored higher. Even William James Sidis, an American child prodigy, is believed to have had an IQ between 250 and 300. So why then is Einstein the ultimate symbol of genius while these others are less well known? The answer lies in more than just IQ tests. Measure certain cognitive abilities, but they don't capture imagination, creativity, or vision. Einstein's true genius was not just solving equations, but seeing the universe in a completely new way. Modern psychology recognizes that there are many kinds of intelligence: linguistic, mathematical, spatial, musical, interpersonal, and more. Einstein may not have been the fastest at solving equations, but he had extraordinary scientific imagination, the ability to picture complex ideas in his mind and connect them with reality. For example, he often used thought experiments. He imagined chasing a beam of light riding on a train approaching the speed of light, or watching someone fall freely in an elevator. These mental experiments allowed him to break traditional barriers and propose radical new ideas. Einstein's theories continue to shape modern science. His ideas gave rise to technologies we use every day, such as GPS navigation, which relies on corrections from relativity. His work also paved the way for nuclear energy, lasers, semiconductors, and much of modern cosmology. In 2016, scientists at LIGO confirmed the existence of gravitational waves, a prediction Einstein made a century earlier. In 2019, the first ever image of a black hole closely matched Einstein's descriptions. These discoveries proved that even long after his death, Einstein's theories remain accurate and essential. Beyond his science, Einstein was also famous for his personality. His messy hair, casual clothing, witty humor, and playful quotes made him a beloved public figure. He often downplayed his own brilliance, once joking, "It's not that I'm so smart, it's just that I stay with problems longer." He also valued peace and humanity. After witnessing the destruction of nuclear weapons, he became an advocate for disarmament and world peace. He used his fame to speak out on social issues, civil rights, and education. Einstein's popularity comes from a unique combination of factors. His revolutionary theories changed the foundations of physics. His predictions were confirmed in dramatic ways, proving his genius. His image, wild hair, thoughtful eyes, and kind smile was unforgettable. His quotes and humor made him relatable and human. His work continues to influence science and technology even today. All of this ensured that when people think of genius, they think of Einstein. Einstein may not have been the person with the highest IQ, but he had something more valuable: imagination, vision, and the courage to think differently. His name became forever linked with genius, not just because of his intelligence, but because of his creativity, curiosity, and the revolutionary impact he had on our understanding of the universe. So the next time someone calls you an Einstein, remember, it's not just about being smart, it's about daring to imagine, question, and see the world in a way no one else has before.